Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and thanks in advance for watching this video. In this video, I am going to discuss about 3 things which can create a huge impact in your life. Number 1, start to have your calendar. That means start to schedule your daily routine. Now, when I mention that, people think that they want to ensure everything from morning to evening, every single minute has to be measured and they have to do some task in that. That is not something which I am going to discuss over here. What I want to mention is that keep a routine where majority of your slots are free, where no one will disturb you, where no one will be able to hinder the peace of your mind. So you decide that in 24 hours, how many slots you can afford to spend with yourself, where you can do some deep thinking, where you can do some deep work as mentioned by Cal Newport, where you can get things done in 3 hours, while in reality they might be taking you to do that in 10 hours in a regular so-called multitasking mode. So find out that time period in your routine where it is absolutely empty and it will remain empty on a daily basis, where no one will be able to disturb. So schedule the routine for having empty slots, not for filling them with 10 tasks to be done in a one day. I see nowadays majority of the people have some task list and they try to map it in their daily entire calendar, and the end of the day they feel like, wow, I was quite busy and I have achieved so much. So don't get involved into busyness trap. Scheduling your 24 hours and packing your schedule for every single minute is the input side. Never ever measure your productivity on the basis of how much input you have. Always focus on the basis of the output. Otherwise, what you will end up is the busyness trap, just like what we see in the organizations in India. Someone who stays in the office for 8 till 8 p.m. in the night is considered that he or she is doing a job in a better way, while someone who is completing his task and being productive and leaving the workplace maybe by 5:30 or 6 is considered as if he or she is not putting much effort at the workplace. So come out of that mindset, right? Come out of that busyness trap where you feel that engaging with stuff for a longer period of time leads to more productivity. Not necessary, right? So carry such empty slots in your routine where you can do some deep work, creative work in your life that will put you on a different trajectory for your growth. Second thing that I would like to share with all of you today is to read. What we are missing as a society, and I have made some separate video on this also, and I will again at the cost of repetition mention this, we as a society are not doing reading as much as required. Imagine every single philosopher that we see in the history got benefited from the previous work which was done. Every scientific researcher gets benefited from the researchers who have worked in the history, so as to say. So what is that which is being done in past 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years? If we are not reading that kind of a stuff, then how can we can engage our mind in understanding the nuances of things which are happening around us? People are focusing on maybe fiction or kind of a news which is going in social media nowadays, which hardly has a shelf life of 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. Why not to engage into some reading which will have everlasting impact on your life? Or at least engage with the news which can have a shelf life of 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, like that. If we do that, then automatically we will create a filter in our brain where any news which is sensational, so as to say, which has got a shelf life of hardly a week, we will filter it out. We'll not even read a single word of it. Right? So that's the reason why I keep on mentioning read good magazine, read good books, read good newspapers, and that is something which will put you on a different path altogether. So if you want to read some good newspaper, I will recommend The Hindu, The Mint, Business Line, Business Standard, Economic Times. All these are good newspaper where you will be able to get most of the news which will have everlasting impact, or at least you will be able to filter out good news which can have a shelf life of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, depending upon its impact on the any country or socio-political situation. Similarly, on terms of magazines, I will recommend couple of magazines, Harvard Business Review and The Economist. These are fantastic magazines. One should always go for them. Read the articles online. If you are not able to purchase physical copy of these magazines, then you can always go and read online for free. Third thing that I will request to you is to read the good books. So there are many books which I will keep on suggesting on this channel, but to start with, I will recommend a philosophical book over here called as Letter from Stoic, written by Seneca almost 2000 years back, and that book has created a lot of impact in my life. So that book, Letters from Stoic, author's name is Lucius Annus Seneca, is essentially written to his friend to console who was jailed at that point of time. So it was approximately a collection of 125 letters where the Seneca tries to console his friend about the issues and challenges and how you should face those things in life. And at any given point of time, most of us do struggle in our life with some or the other issue, either professionally or in a personal life. So how to deal with it in a much more matured and stoic fashion, that is what Seneca is trying to convey in that book. So it's a philosophical one, but it's a small book, just a collection of approximately 125 letters. You will get immensely benefited by that book. Third thing that I would request over here to all of you is to develop a mentality of ignoring. There are so many things which are happening all around us that if we start focusing on each of them, we will end up losing our attention and also peace of our mind. So by ignoring, I'm not saying that you should procrastinate, but rather what I'm trying to convey over here is that pick your battles. There are only so many battles that you can have in your life or in a day. So why you want to get your mind disturbed about small things which are happening? Why you can't ignore? Someone says something to you on social media, why we have to respond back? Can't we simply ignore? That will be better for our peace of mind. So we pick our battle where we feel that the things which cannot be ignored, which are hindering the growth and productivity of our life, that's where we should put our focus upon. Rest all things, simply start ignoring. So this one word, ignore, you will realize will reduce a lot of tension and will bring a lot of peace, so as to say, in your life. But always remember that the ignoring does not mean procrastination, right? So procrastination is good or bad in various aspects depending upon in which sense you are handling it. But ignoring is something which is required in the modern day society, where I find many of the millennials are getting challenged on their individuality depending upon what other thinks about them, right? So one should never get offended if you're not getting, let us say, likes after putting your pic on Instagram, or if someone is commenting on your photograph, or if someone is commenting negatively on your YouTube. So always remember one thing, that if you are doing a work which is truthful, and if you are satisfying your own requirements or your own expectations that you have from your work or from your entire day, till that time you're able to satisfy yourself, there is no need to get bothered or perturbed because of comment from someone else. So you simply ignore such kind of people who will keep on coming in your life, right? So they are important in a sense because they develop our temperament over a period of time. So if you have such kind of people who bully you always in your friend circle or at your workplace or in your family or anywhere else in your life, simply ignore them, right? So these were the 3 tips that I thought I will share it with you. And with that, I wish you all the best, and we will keep on discussing such things in the upcoming videos. Till the time, take care. Bye-bye.